JBN, we keep you informed. Woman arrested in Bull Bay operation facing drug charges. The woman was arrested on Wednesday during a police operation in 11 miles Bull Bay is to appear in the St. Thomas Parish Court on June 24 to answer charges of possession of and dealing in ganja, as well as having uncustomed goods. 33-year-old Vanessa Lee Taylor of Brompton, Ontario, Canada, and 11 miles was offered station bail in the sum of $250,000. She was among several persons arrested during a search for men who reportedly opened fire on the police on Tuesday night. Two of the men who were picked up during the operation were wanted on warrants for breaches of the Road Traffic Act and for disobedience of summons. They are 28-year-old Dumoth Stewart of Cambridge Hill, Bull Bay, and 24-year-old Jordan Bundy of Lane Gate, 11 miles. 5 other men who were picked up by the police were processed and released. 3-year-old killed in St. Mary Blaze. Firefighter dad hospitalized. The Portmore police in St. Mary are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of 3-year-old Kajani Faulkner and the injuring of his father in Mason Hall. According to the police, information gathered so far is that about 12:30 Saturday afternoon, the child got trapped in a fire that had engulfed a board building near his home, where he was allegedly playing with other children. The police further said that the child's father, who is a firefighter, was injured when he entered the building to rescue him. Both were transported to the hospital, where the child was pronounced dead and his father admitted. Cops find gun on the car seat. 3 men arrested. The police are reporting that 3 men were arrested during a stop-and-search operation, which resulted in the seizure of a Browning 9mm pistol and a magazine with 11 rounds of ammunition on Penn Street in Denham Town, Kingston, today. Reports are that a police team was conducting the operation about 11:15 a.m. when a car was stopped. The car and its 3 occupants were searched, and the gun and ammunition were found under a passenger seat of the car, the police said. The identities of the men are being withheld pending further investigation. Portmore residents battle frustration, depression amid COVID-19 lockdown. For years, residents and political representatives in Portmore St. Catherine have bragged about the so-called Sunshine City's self-reliance, even calling for the municipality, with its myriad of shopping and resource outlets, to be declared a parish. Over the last week and a half, that self-sufficiency has been tested by the government's COVID-19 lockdown of St. Catherine. And for many Portmore residents cooped up in their hot concrete dwellings, the restrictions on movement have started to take a toll on them. St. Catherine has recorded the bulk of the island's COVID-19 cases after an outbreak at the Alerica call center triggered a surge over the last 2 weeks. The parish was initially placed under a 7-day lockdown, which was further extended by a week last Wednesday. Only essential workers, as named in the order, are permitted to leave St. Catherine, and residents can only leave their homes at specified times and days to replenish home supplies and medicine. With the closure of many fast food, recreational and service outlets, along with an order for the wearing of masks in public and the checkpoints at the border, Portmore life, as many residents know it, has transformed. Some people come and tell we that them only want to go for a drive, and if we can let them out to go for a drive and come back. Them say all type of foolishness, but we can't allow them, said a policeman manning a congested checkpoint near a roundabout on Municipal Boulevard.
We can't go market to know what them take with power over here, so they lock we like a prisoner. And now them say them a bring farmers market over here, so everybody come out and we turn up in a sunflower chat like and nothing can come on now. What them take with power over here, so? Baboon, we know the right. As you go on the bus, you got told go there, get look up vegetable and look at food and take you off like your teeth. So what go on? You can't go nowhere. I rice and flour, you have your feet for nothing. Me too old for your feet for rice and flour now. I want ground provision, food, vegetable,
By midday last Saturday, the cops said he had turned back at least a dozen residents who were trying to exit the municipality without good reason. Rosie Watson, a shopkeeper in 2 East Greater Portmore, complained that the restriction was having a negative effect on her business. It is unfair to us kind of shops because I think the government should have make a way so we go through the checkpoint, go buy goods to the shop. Or the supermarket them can go get and restock. The goods more expensive in a Portmore and everywhere already pack up over here. I need to go downtown, she argued. Remember, corner shops sell different people from the supermarket, added Skinny, who operates a grocery and a snack shop in the tough, informal Newlands community. People at the garrison buy a pound of flour or a tin of mackerel as them get a money. So up to 1 o'clock in the night, if a man come, me still have to try to push out something for him, Skinny added. He and Watson's fellow shopkeeper, Kerry in Cumberland, witnessed daily the hardships that the COVID-19 lockdown has triggered in their communities. And with no end in sight, they fear the worst. Informal communities in Portmore, they explain, are feeling the negative effects more than other areas. Even as their businesses take a beating from restricted opening hours, they say they try their hardest to maintain the essentials for the less fortunate community members. The demand for bread, cup soup, syrup, water and ice has risen in recent weeks. Just the other day, we buy some bread from the truck and within 5 minutes all of them done, exclaimed Kerry. While many residents rush to wholesales out of a confessed need for supplies or simply to escape the confines of their homes before the shopping day ends, others, like a group of pensioners outside the Greater Portmore Post Office, watched in frustration as the hours went by. Despite arriving before daybreak, some of the elderly clients complained that at midday they were told that they would have to wait another hour as the pension allotments had run out. Luckily, 72-year-old Greater Portmore resident Sylvan Williams collected his money a week earlier as he scanned the crowd of frustrated persons outside the Greater Portmore Mall. He anxiously dialed his also elderly spouse. She, he explained, was somewhere in the chaos, trying to get inside to purchase medication. COVID-19, according to Williams, was the rapture being fulfilled, and after grabbing medication and food supplies, he and his wife will be heading right back to their home, he assured. Government said we must lock up, but if we lock up, not dead we are go dead from hungry. You know how long I don't get to work, exclaimed a resident in Newlands, who came up short for goods he tried to purchase at Skinny's corner shop last Wednesday. I just can't do this anymore, I can't take it, lamented a pregnant woman waiting in line outside a Western Union outlet in the Portmore Mall. She was later ushered to the line for the elderly, which was only a few meters shorter than the general queue. In Independence City, Councillor Courtney Edwards spent much of Wednesday morning spray painting footprints to depict the prescribed 6 feet social distance spacing at the entrances to wholesales in his area. Later on, wholesale workers erected rope barriers at the said entrances, which caused frustration and a brief squabble among shoppers who had been gathering outside since the crack of dawn. The Cedar Grove Plaza was also a crowded maze as residents swarmed an ATM, a money transfer outlet, and a water purification station there. One woman said she had been waiting outside for more than 4 hours. In the meantime, fisher folk on the quaintly silent and deserted Elsha Beach last Wednesday said that they too are feeling the pinch. While they have accepted the move by the government to close the popular beach, they said that they are going hungry as the Coast Guard has barred them from fishing. We don't want any insiders in here for we safety, we get that. But this is not just a beach, it is a village. When the Coast Guard lock we down and so we can't fish, and we already can't go buy none outside, so we're going to find food for our family to eat, one man asked in frustration. Alleged thief reportedly caught on camera and later found with loot. 24-year-old Omar Guthrie, otherwise called Stephen and the Patcher, a laborer of Crawford Street, Mount Salem, St. James, was charged with larceny from the dwelling on Friday, April 24. Reports on the Barnett Street Police are that about 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, April 11, the now complainant discovered that electronics were missing from his home. His surveillance system pointed to Brown as the person who entered the dwelling and removed the items. A report was made to the police and Brown was arrested. He was later charged after the stolen items were found in his possession. His court date is being finalized by the police. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.